if you marry a big fat woman, you don't have to worry about over penetration. Well, that's true. You're hardly going to get to the hole. Uh, some of you won't. You just going to end up rubbing against a fold. Listen, I mean, I'm not saying that's something wrong with that. I'm just saying that's what you're going to do. Damn it. I am a grown ass man. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Murca Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat. You can ask whatever question you want to ask. You could suggest whatever topic you want to discuss. There's nothing off limit. We usually talk about guns, but we're also open to things like cars and comics and cryptids, wrestling, any manly man stuff you want to talk about, just bring it up. We'll talk about it. And remember, I'm not the only one here that can answer your questions. If I don't have the answer, there's 120 people in here right now that might be able to answer it for you. So feel free to also talk amongst yourselves out there in the live chat. I will answer what I can. And if you disagree with me on something, feel free to let me know about that too. If I've said something in a video or in one of these chats that you disagree with, come in, spank the yank, let me know, set me straight, so to speak. But I like to start these chats by reading people who have ordered merchandise, because that does go to support TYMP and sometimes Pets and Vets, because right now, if any merchandise in the new merch section on my Shopify page, if it's got a mammal on the front of it, it supports the Pets and Vets. Because we need to get that up, because there's a big shortfall next month coming. This will not count. I think this is still in new products, but it doesn't count because snakes are not mammals, because they don't have titties. Or not titties, nipples. I'm supposed to say nipples. Apparently titties is crude. But we got orders today from, and this is yesterday and today, because I didn't read them yesterday because we didn't do an after chat yesterday. We got an order from Richard Thomas. He got him some magnets. We got Lucas F. Lucas F. also got some magnets. I wonder if they'll make that one. We'll see. Where was I at? Lucas F. Oh, then we got David Schultz, who was harassing me today. He got him some t-shirts. Which ones did he get? He got the chicken pointing the gun at itself, the keep your Glock off your cock. That's a very nice shirt. I don't sell many of them, but I like that one. Then we got Christopher Fulmer. He got a mug and a shirt. The Phil Commands It. Is he on my list over here? I think I might need to add him to the Church of Phil list, because I don't know if Christopher Fulmer is actually on there. I don't think he is. Nope. So I got to add him. Christopher Fulmer. Did I spell Christopher right? I think I did. There we go. He's on there now. But octopuses is not mammals, so he doesn't go to support that. And it's not in the new merch section anyway. Javier Perez Jr., he ordered a Save the 40s shirt, which I already added him to the Save the 40s list on my video today. So he was already featured because he ordered that yesterday. William McGee got the Revolutionary Willie shirt, like I was wearing yesterday. Was I wearing that yesterday? I think so. The Revolutionary Willie, he's got his bandoliers on. He's shooting his rifles in the air because it's almost time for a revolution. Even Mickey knows it. William McGee. Oh, that was one just got the Revolutionary Willie shirt, I think. Or did two people in a row get the Revolutionary Willie shirt? Let me see. No, it was one person. Joseph Atkins. Oh, he got the Nazi shirt and he got the Revolutionary Willie shirt. So, Cotton does have nipples, so that does go to Pets and Vets. And so does the Mickey one, because he has nipples too. He got multiple nipples. He's a mammal. And then we got finally Christopher Jones, who got a K9 unit. Oh, he got the K9 unit captain shirt. I don't know why it's not showing a picture of it there. One of the first, I think it's the second one of those we sold. Because now you can become a member of the K9 unit, the TYMP K9 unit, by buying a shirt instead of having to be a member of a tier on a Subscribe Star or something for a certain amount of time. I just staggered the price of the shirts, and you can choose whether you want to be a corporal, sergeant, or captain. Just join the group. All right, that's all the orders today. I want to thank everybody for ordering. Also, if you want to order merchandise like the Tread on Me Again, I Dare You shirt here, you know, he's got his old Gadsby, the Gadsden snake there. He's got his Glock, and he's telling people, tread on me one more time. We'll see what happens. So feel free to go over get some merch if you want some. Help support TYMP or Pets and Vets if it's in the new merch section and the purse and the character on the front has nipples. They're a mammal. With that being said, let's get over. Oh, and also for over there, you can sign up, be a Patreon member, Subscribe Star member. You want to earn patches or whatever, want to help out with the group, the charities we run, or actually the charities we support. We don't run a charity, we support charities. Or if you want to register to be a member of TYMP, and I still have not heard back from any of the TYMP people. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to try to send another email today, one to them each individually, because I think the ones I'm sending as a group is going in their garbage folder or something. I've read the names. The names were, who are the winners? Frederick G, Nana S, just Nina, no initial at the end. I hope those are two different people. And James M. Those are the people who won. And here's the thing. If you think you heard that might be your name and you didn't register, well, then that ain't your name. I had someone did contact me and say, "Hey, was that me? Did I win something?" I'm like, "Did you register for TYMP?" No. I'm like, "Well, then I doubt it's you then." And plus, I didn't say James N. I said James M. All right. With that being said, let's get on over to the live chats. Got a couple over here I want to get to real quick. Andrew P. said Biden thought he was FDR. FDR was a communist. FDR was not a communist. FDR believed strongly in socialist programs and how it would help pull us out of the hole we were in after previous events, but it wasn't a communist. Half our society is based on socialist programs. There's a big difference between socialist programs and a socialist government. Heavy J said, getting closer to the 642, paying the tithe. Also, how pissed you be if Welper bought the 20. If Welper bought that python, well, I wouldn't mind. I think I could probably trick Welper into giving it to me. Because, you know, Welper's not that. Welper's special. Let's just say that. So yeah, if he bought it, I think I could probably trick him into giving it to me. So it could be a good thing. Beboposaurus said, I got a Beretta PX4 full size today. That's the one you should get if you get the PX4. Can't wait to pick it up. Watched one of your videos that mentioned the PX4 being a good beginner gun. It's a great gun, period. Thanks for all you do. Provide info for us gun newbies. Well, I try to. YouTube's made it hard since I can't hardly reach anybody new anymore, but I do my best. Well, that isn't very good, but I do the best I'm willing to do, I guess, because, you know, I ain't going to try that hard. There ain't that much in it for me. There's a lot of downside to it, actually. Andrew P. said, your thoughts on arresting anti-Semites? Well, I don't think it should be illegal to be anti-Semitic. Any more so than illegal to arrest, any more so than arresting racists or sexists. Or then what? Democrats, Republicans? No, I don't believe in arresting people for their prejudices. You're allowed to be stupid. You're allowed to be hateful. You're allowed to be misinformed. You're allowed to have your own opinions. You don't have to be right. And it ain't a crime. None of that. To be racist, to be anti-Semitic, none of that's a crime. It's shame, but it's not a crime. Leonidas says my previously empty messages stated over penetration when your aim's too ambitious. Also, does the Pikachu count as a mammal? I don't know. But I know it's not in the new merge because they've deleted most of the Pikachu designs off my page. So I know it's not in new merch, so it wouldn't matter anyway if he was a mammal. But I don't know if he's got nipples or not. I would assume just looking at him, he's got nipples. But I don't know. I do not know. But I'm going to say no. Well, yes, looking at him, I'm going to say he's a mammal because he kind of looks like a cat or something. Not too far off from a cat. So, all right, let's get over here to the questions. Where was I at? What's today's date? The 24th. We got William. Oh, that was a purchase. William McGee. That was a purchase. Don't need to read that. That is, he's buying merch. Salvatore Verga chimed in, got entries into the drawings because he knew he wasn't going to be here today. He sent me an email. He just said TYMP or TYMP. He just said. Where was Dale Rickety chimed in, got a couple entries into the drawings, and said, I want to be a hypocrite too. Phil says it's okay. Phil doesn't care. He's not concerned with our monkey problems. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you buy, as long as you pay your tithe. Which reminds me, a lot of you people need to pay your tithe, or you're going to be sorry. He's going to fuck you up. Didn't you see the shirt? Phil loves you, but he will fuck you up. You should pay attention to that. But yeah, he said, go ahead and go buy that, Ronan. I want one too. Buy me one too while you're at it. But then what we should have done is you should have bought me the rifle or the mare's leg, and then I should have bought you the Ronin, and then we could just do whatever cash was different. Just give each other some cash, and then neither one of us broke our rules. Django, would you please shut up? Django. He's upset. That's his job. He's supposed to be guarding. Django! That's enough. That's the FedEx man. He's not going to hurt you. Can you all hear him barking? I know my microphone has noise cancellation, but I'm sure you can hear that. Where was I? John Heasley paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, I sent you an email, subject zombie gun. Yes, the course is real. They are only making 200. I got both those open to share. Can you all hear him barking? Is he bugging the shit out of anybody? Bow wow, yeah, they can hear him. Would you be quiet and sit down? You chased him off. He thinks he chased him off, and he said, I made him drop what he was carrying too. So now we got free shit. Where were we? That was John Heasley, and I will get to those when I get to the emails. Please don't bust a Yankee and not show us footage of the new 44 shooting. Oh, I'll show you pictures, a video of it shooting. Once I get down to shoot, I haven't got down to shoot yet. I told you I'm getting sick. Did I tell you I only had 2.5 hours sleep since I saw you last? Christopher, no, that was a purchase. It was a purchase. I don't need to read that. Jeffrey Vaughn paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, werewolf ammo question, looking at cast reloading, would silver gas checks be a viable option? Silver gas checks? I don't do reloading, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I do know silver is incredibly hard to cast. It won't come out the right size or balance, or you pretty much got to lathe it, spin it, as we used to say. Who was that? Well, it was Jeffrey Vaughn. In relation to Theo Vaughn, I think he's funny. I don't think he spells his name like you, though. Johnny Mandrick chimed in and said, I saw where Third Circuit declared nonviolent felons get gun rights. DOJ did not appeal to SCOTUS. I think that was a while back, wasn't it? I think that was like quite a while ago. I haven't heard anything else about it since then. But I'm like all felons. If they're out of prison, they should get their rights back. If they're too dangerous to let out of prison, they've refused to be rehabilitated. Well, then keep them in until they stop refusing to be rehabilitated. And there's some people just can't be rehabilitated. And those people just need to be locked up forever. You've got 4 or 5 priors where you've seriously injured people and you're a dangerous society. Well, lock your ass up. Leave you there. Who was that? Was John Mandrick. Jason Thompson, Officer Tater Hater, chimed in and said, I sent you videos. I know, I was watching them. If you blindly back the big blue weenie this day and age, you are an imbecile, period. Yes, I agree. You are an imbecile. Not you're an imbecile. I agree that if you do that, you're an imbecile. You might be an imbecile too. I don't know. Hail Phil, over-penetration is a myth wrapped in a lie repeated by morons. And that was from Paul Beidenbach. Paul Beidenbach. And then Edward Burton paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, I think if someone is that petrified about over-penetration, they should research frangible rounds. I saw a video of a guy shooting a hog with one, and it made a fist-sized hole 8 inches deep. No bullet left. I will say that my brother-in-law and other doctors have told me that they hate fucking frangible rounds. It's almost impossible to save someone if they come in with bleeds with those, because there's so many little bleeds and makes it hard. Clinton Barella chimed in, got multiple entries into stuff here. Big range trip tomorrow, taking out the new Kimber. I saw that picture you sent, you cunt. Where is that? Do I have that one up that I can share it? Where is it? I thought I just saw it. I know he sent it to me today. I responded. Where's my all sent? It should be in here. That's to Karen Woodson. Why am I not showing? Oh, I got that searching up there. Stop doing that. Aha, here it is. All right, I got it up for when I share the emails. All right, let's get back to the questions over here. Kevin Payton paid his $2 tithe to Phil and said, all hail Phil. If you marry a big fat woman, you don't have to worry about over penetration. Well, that's true. You're hardly going to get to the hole. Some of you won't. You just going to end up rubbing against a fold. I mean, I'm not saying that's something wrong with that. I'm just saying that's what you're going to do. And then we're hearing posthumously here from Jonathan Aho. Didn't say nothing, of course, but weighing in to keep Phil out of their business. All right, with that being said, let's get to the emails. Share screen, Winder. Here's the one that came in earlier today from Clinton Barella. There's what he got. New Kimber KDS9CRL. I like it. I think you're the first person I know that has one. Yeah, those are nice. I just wish we'd get off this 9mm kick, but some people like 9mm. I'm not a fan, but some people. I mean, I don't have a problem with it if you're elderly or female or sickly, but it's not my preferred. Oh, I got to get this. Get that off there. Here's from John Heesa. Says the new Korth revolver. It's the Bitcoin by Korth. I was going to say, well, there's finally one I don't want. Like I don't want this one. But now after looking at it a couple times, I want this one too. It's another one I'll never have, but I would like to have. Share screen, Winder. This is also John Heasley. Thanks, I like it a lot. Well, there's the zombie gun. He's got the zombie gun that was on my wall right here not too long ago. Cut your thumbnail, cut your nails, period. Look at those. And they're all thick, like old man nails. Like you've been in the jungles of Vietnam and you got that fingernail rot, toenail rot. My grandfather had that. And my youngest brother got it. I don't know if it could be passed down or what, but he got it too. Was that it for the emails? Nope, there's one more. Hold on. This one came in yesterday, actually. Share screen, Winder. Boom, there it is. Hi, Yankee Marshall. Attached are pictures of my new before and after shoulder holster and new front sight on my Ruger Super Red Hawk Alaskan 454. That's a nice gun. I love my Ruger Red Hawk. What's he circling? Is it a different strap? He made a bigger strap, I guess. Or did he cut the strap down? I'm not sure what way he went. It doesn't say before and after. Did he put on a bigger strap or did he cut down the strap he had? I don't know. Now I'm all confused. Is that Herman Munster? Look at that. Look at that face. That scared me a little bit when I opened it up, but Andrew P. said deporting anti-Semitic legal non-citizens. Anti-Semitic legal non-citizens. What do you mean by that? You mean someone who's here and they're a non-citizen? But if they're here legally, there's nothing wrong with being. You can be anti-Semitic. There's no law against it. If they're here illegally, well, then it doesn't really matter what they do. I just noticed all the doggy stuff on the shelf in the background of John Heasley's picture. All kinds of doggy stuff. Maybe even a doggy urn back there. Go Shadow said, my dog barked back. Cat gave dog dirty look. Well, cats do that. Sherman today smacked the shit out of Turnip. Because Turnip irritates him. He does that. And lunges at him and makes that bark. And then Sherman just ignored him. So he goes over and he does it to Maisie. Maisie just ignores him. And then eventually Sherman got tired of listening to him doing it to Maisie. So he ran over and attacked him. And Turnip runs. Sherman will chase him through the house. Ever been to a Beretta gallery? What is a Beretta gallery? I don't know what a Beretta gallery is. Is that like, does Beretta have a gallery of their own, or is it someone put it together? Because I've never heard of it. So I guess I've never been. Since I never heard of it. Oh, Beretta Gallery has locations in Buenos Aires. No. Argentina. No. London. No. UK. No. Paris. No. France. Nope. Dallas. Ooh, I'm not going to Dallas. Memphis. Ooh, I'm not going to Memphis. And New York City. Ooh, I'm not going to New York City. They chose New York City. Impossible to sell guns there to those outside New York City. No, I've never been to any of them. I didn't even know they existed. What's a Bitcoin? A gun. It was a gun. I know that much. Andrew P. said, ever bought or brought a gun to other state or country? Oh, yeah. To other states all the time when I travel. And when I go up to when we used to go up to Alaska, I used to take rifle. And used to take handguns whenever I go back home and visit and stuff. So, yeah, I've traveled with guns. Never to other countries. Well, sort of in the military, but never, as a civilian, have I ever transported a gun to another country. I've carried a gun into Mexico on more than one occasion, but that wasn't legal, I don't think. But sometimes I'm a bad man. Let's see, where are we at on time here? And are we all caught up on everything? Oh no, we got someone coming in from James Seckinger. Did you see the video I emailed by Scooch? Such. Your CZ Shadow Carry released today. Yes, I saw that. I saw like several people sent me things. That was the one I watched, actually, was the one by Such. Because I know Such is going to love it. I know he wasn't going to say nothing that would discourage me from getting it. He likes every gun. All right, I think we're all caught up. Wait, what's this? An email from Yo Shadow. Let's see what he said. Share screen, Winder. Boom, boom. Oh, these are the Glazer bullets. Get some scored jacket, round nose design, hardball profile, compressed core, non-ricocheting. Yeah, some frangible rounds. What do you say? Expensive fragmenting ammo, $30 for 6 rounds. Yeah, I've seen them before in stores come on like a blister pack, not in a box. They're just like on a blister pack with like 6 rounds. I think that might be how they market them. I don't know. But yeah, they come in like these little specially. I mean, you don't want to shoot them at the range, but then you can't really test them in your gun. I guess you have to find an ammo that's similar, geometrically or whatever you would call it. Physics. What would be the word for that? The geometry is the same. That would be the word. And then you could try it out. All right, let me get. I'm not going to get to many of these. We only got like 6 minutes. Turn off picture gun. I did. Picture still up. Imagine how many guns you could buy if you don't pay for those subs. Like sub sandwiches. That's the only sub I've ever paid for. I ain't never had the money to pay for subs. And you can watch my sub count through the years. You can tell I never paid for anything. It's just, and then it's, what I have as of right now today. I bet it's something 230. Let's see. That's about what they've been taking me back to every day. Oh, it's actually 372,226. I mean, if they took me back even lower today, they usually take me back to 230. They're even madder at me now, I guess. It's been like that for a month now. It goes up, goes right back down, goes up, goes right back down, goes up, goes right back down. Usually resets to 230 every day. Where was I? I think I answered everything. Now I can get to the regular chat. I think it's what I was doing. Wasn't I reading the regular chat? Yes. Take the picture down. I did. Had free trial of Netflix. Didn't see anything worth watching and saw Netflix double down on show cuties. Show cuties. I don't know what that is. And said nope to the company. What's a show cutie? Take off Justin Grimm on screen. I did. Over penetration can be a very real issue. Guy shot moose and killed hunting partner with same bullet, or hit house truck after shooting through animal. Shooting through a moose. I don't know if I buy that story. Maybe hit under his lap of his arm or something, or they don't have arms. I don't think. Legs. Where was I? Oops, it just jumped me to the bottom. Where can I go back up to? Did you ever see Paul Harrell's videos on the TUI 9mm ammo? It over-penetrated his meat target by a lot, between 30th and 40th layer of fleece backstop. Yeah, it goes through stuff good, but worried about it over-penetrating a person and hitting something behind them, it's just not anything to worry about. It's like worrying about wheel falling off your car and killing bystanders, rolling down the road and hitting somebody. I'm not worried about it. Chances aren't very high. Where was I? I was in your town today picking up some water tanks to deliver to Wenatchee, a nice little town and pretty area of Washington. You mean Washougal or Skamania? Because I'm technically in Skamania County, but I got a Washougal address. Washougal. No one can ever spell Washougal. It's a super simple, easy to spell word, but every time you tell someone, like, well, what's your address? And you say Washougal. Could you spell that? I am not a pimp. Okay. I don't know what that was about. Makes me think he might be a pimp. Because who declares they're not a pimp other than pimps? Someone starts coming up to me and going, I'm not a pimp. First thing I think is, that dude's a pimp. Well, I shouldn't say dude because that sounds sexist. Well, it's not a pimp if it's a woman, though, isn't it? It's a madam. And Welper can't be a madam because he's far too ugly to be a woman. So I'm assuming he's a pimp. Favorite wrestling finishing move? Well, you know, I was always partial to the figure four back in the day. But then in modern day, I like the diamond cutter and Stone Cold Steve Austin's finish. It was the same thing as the diamond cutter. Stone Cold Stunner. Very similar. You know, things like that. Very similar. So yeah, pedigree was decent. I don't like the things I don't like are like the super kick, Shawn Michaels. I'm like, a person will get kicked in the face, knee in the face 10 times during a match, forearmed right in the face, but then suddenly his little flouncy looking kick takes him down. Well, you got kicked in the face 10 times. The guy in the last match, he got knocked down, stomped on his face, and it didn't take him down. But then your little flouncy super kick takes you. I never did get that. Like the claw. You know, those were the days back then. Andrew P chimed in, says Brits can own guns, just only long guns, no semi-auto. Yeah, we got what's his name comes in. Spud Gun comes in here and tells us that sometimes. Of course, we can't believe him because he's European. Can't trust Europeans. Andrew P also said Axon has a patented monopoly on tasers. I didn't know that. I have a couple tasers. They're the ones that look like the Star Trek phasers. Remember those ones that look like the Star Trek phaser? Got a couple of those. This makes it more expensive since for police. Well, police, you know, they're using public money. They can afford it. Makes it less likely us plebes will have it, I guess. I looked up Pikachu. I looked up if Pikachu is a mammal, and he's not, but is inspired by mammals. If I bought that 24 karat gold python, Yankee Marshall would shit himself. Yes, I would. I'd be pissed. I would be pissed. I might have to find where you live, break in, take it. Wait, I know where you live. I've got your address. So I might have to break in, take it. And then your dog might have to go live with me too. One of them. I think an AR pistol and 45 ACP loaded up with Barnes, Copper, Hollow Point, or Liberty Civil Defense ashtrays is probably the safest option for someone who's worried about drywall penetration. You can do that. He's loud and clear. Doesn't bother me. Yeah, he was barking. You look tired. I wonder why. Did I tell you I've only had 2.5 hours sleep since I saw y'all yesterday? Because I'm getting sick. So I woke up and I knew I was getting sick. So I'm like, time to get busy. Because you can't be sick when you're busy. My grandfather always told me. Best treatment for being sick is staying busy. If your mind's on getting shit done, you don't feel as bad. And I've always subscribed to that. I'm not one of those people that is like, oh, I'm sick. I'm going to lay on the couch and wipe my face with tissues and watch game shows. No, I try to stay moving as long as I can. Did you get me a vampire round? Nah, I never did. I told you right at the beginning of the chat. You're just being facetious, I think. think that's what that word means. I think I used that word right. But the courts refuse to keep the violent criminals locked up. Well, you don't justify one wrong with another wrong. I think they should start keeping the violent criminals locked. Well, they don't want to do that because they're on the payroll of the big prisons that don't want the violent criminals. They want the easily profited off of criminals. No, the deadline was like, well, I mean, the original judgment was a while back, not the DOJ's response. Where was I at? Of course, I might be wrong about that too. Is the rear sight off? It looks like a tourist curve from behind. No, the rear sight's on there. It's a 3-dot white sight. It does, and it's not curved, and it's not a Taurus. It's a Beretta, so it's inherently better because it's Italian. Although I think this was made in America. Yeah, it says made in USA right on the side of it. So I think that means it was made here. Because it doesn't just have USA or their address. It says made in USA right on the side of it. See, it's patriotic. That's another reason to want it. It's patriotic. In The Last of Us, now the cordyceps infected people can run 30 miles an hour for an unlimited amount of time. That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, what are they fueling all that energy with? Because, that takes energy. And how are they producing that energy for that? I don't know. It's like, you see all kinds of stupid stuff in these movies. I haven't started watching that yet because it ain't all out yet. But it's like when zombies, like that one time they went into the sewers, and there were zombies down there that were so rotted they sat up and you could see their ribs. I mean, they had muscle and skin but they could still move, and they were like skeletons. And I'm like, there's no muscles on that. That can't move. Or like when they're on fire and they keep walking. I'm like, every tendon in their body would snap within like 30 seconds. So I'm like, yeah, I know some stuff just is bothersome. Andrew P. chimed in again, said body cams too. Local departments can't afford. Oh, they can afford. Well, they say they can't because they don't want to wear them, but they can afford them. They're not that expensive. They sell them to civilians. You can buy your own personal body cams. They're not that expensive. They don't want to use them. Portland, when they bought the body cams, Portland police union fought for years to not be able to keep them from using them, and finally had to give in, let them use them. What's the best holster for a Colt Python? I carry mine in an Azula that I got off the interwebs. The Azula holster. Someone placed an order. Who placed an order? It was, oh my goodness, they bought a bunch of t-shirts, several. Who was this? Ian Bailey, but it's spelled weird. It's spelled, well, I don't need to spell their name for you, but it's Bailey, but there's a whole bunch of A's and I's in it. And it looks like maybe 3 L's, maybe, or is that just all the I's together making it look like there's a bunch of L's? I don't know. But Ian Bailey just chimed in with a big order over there. I hope he paid through PayPal. Or because if he paid with his card, it'll be a while before I get the money. I'll have to front that money. But let's see, did it come through over here? Yes, it did. It came through over here. Oh, he got one with my face on it. He got does this gun make me look crazy? See, some people think I'm pretty. He also got the only channel that cares if you're eaten by a werewolf. See, some people still think I'm pretty. If I wasn't so goddamn tired, I'd be giddy right now. But that looks like we're out of time. Why didn't y'all tell me we were out of time? We started early, now we're out of time. But let me make sure we ain't got nothing I missed over here. Let's see. James Seckinger was the last one. Let's hope. Yep, he was still the last one. Felix P was the last one over here. He's been showing back up again lately. We hadn't seen him for a long time, and then he showed up, and he's gone for a few days, and then he showed up again. I don't know what he's doing. I'm assuming running from the law. It's just like an Nominal Snowman. Whenever I don't see him for a couple of days, I assume he's in prison. And the other ones, I assume they're running from the law. The Boogieson was a serial killer and child moles. I think means molester. The Boogieson, what's the Boogieson? Was a serial killer. I guess he was a serial killer and child molester. That's not a good profession to go into. It does not come with a lot of respect. Let's just say that. Let me share this last email, because I've seen this a dozen times, but I wanted to share the email again. Joe Shadow sent it over. This is the kind of things cops do. Oop, everybody's seen this. He's leaning on his shotgun. Now, why would you do that to your shotgun? Put your big fat ass on it. Stand up, for God's sakes. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for us today. I want to thank everybody for coming. I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody who donates to Pets and Vets or enters the programs or the contests to help support our programs. I appreciate everything y'all do for the channel. Believe me, Boogeyman. Also, Australia got guns back after. Also, Australia got guns back after confiscation. See, I don't know about that. I'll have to look into that. But Boogeyman, the Boogeyman was a serial. He's also a wrestler, but I think it's a different Boogeyman. He's like in his 50s out there wrestling, starting off in his 40s. All right, everybody, that's it for us today. Like I said, thanks for everything y'all do. I appreciate it. At a time when YouTube's trying to tear us down, you're the only thing that's keeping us up. So I appreciate every bit of it. I will see y'all again tomorrow. Thanks for all the questions tonight. Made things go by fast, and I'm tired. Did I tell y'all I've only slept like 2.5 hours since I saw y'all last? If I didn't, I just did. So thanks for everything y'all do. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.